So today what I'm going to show you how to make is a delicious Greek meal, and it's called yemisa, but I'm not doing yemisas tomates, I'm doing yemisa zucchini. So I'm going to walk you through the ingredients. It's very easy. I have made the filling before in my dolmades video, and I will put a link for it below, and that is right here. And I have also made the lemon potatoes, but I made the tomato version, and that's already ready here, and I will put a link to that video below as well. So we're just going to jump right in, and I'm going to show you what you need. Okay, so what you're going to need are, for this recipe I'm using zucchini. You usually see tomatoes and bell peppers, so you can do the same thing with tomatoes and bell peppers. So I have already hollowed out the zucchinis, and these are just adorable. If you can't find the round zucchini, then you can always use a regular zucchini. You just cut it in half, and so you just use those two and dig those out, and I'll show you how to do that. So you don't need the round ones for this. And so I've already done all these, and I left one so we can do together so I can show you how to do. Then what you're going to need is some of the filling, and you're going to add that to your dolmades mixture. You're going to need some oregano, some pepper. I've got my potatoes, and I've sliced up a zucchini already, and that is going to be used as a filler with the potatoes. And that's it. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you how I dig the insides out. And what you're going to want is a sharp knife and a small spoon. And you want to cut it at an angle. I see people cutting it like this, and I feel like that makes it a little harder. So I go in at an angle, and I'm just going to cut around like that. And the top comes right off, and you want to cut this part off. And you add that to that. Now what you've got is the inside, and what I use is the knife, and I'm going to stab it like this, and I'm going to be turning it. Now I'm only going down about that far. I'm not going all the way down, and I don't want to poke the sides because then all your juices will come out. So I'm just going in about that far, but I'm turning my zucchini, and that'll make cutting the inside out easier. And now I've got my dish, and I'm going to just take my spoon and start in the center and just twist the zucchini and just slowly pile it out. And you want to do little scoops. You don't want to just go in and try and get the whole thing out. And so I just use my fingers to grip it and just turn and dig it out. And when you get towards the end, you can feel with your fingers how far or how much you want to go more. Like this part looks like it needs more to it right there, so I'm just going to dig that part out and hold it with my fingers. Okay, that's it. So digging out all these took me 10 minutes, just so you know, time-wise. And then you want to take the tops off, because you're going to fill them. And I have a dry pan, no oil, nothing at all, and we're going to put our filling in. Now what am I going to do with this? I'm going to save it, and I'm going to make zucchini bread with it tomorrow. So now I've got my mixture right here, and I'm going to start filling my hollowed out zucchini. And I'm going to wiggle it around like this, about that much. So you don't want to fill it to the top because the rice is going to expand, and if you do, then it'll just come pouring out. So I'm going to fill these up, and then So I filled all my zucchini, and then I'm just going to randomly place the tops back on, because that is like a little mini oven for your zucchini. And now what I'm going to do, and you're probably wondering what I'm going to do with the leftover of this, well, I'm going to make dolmades as well. So I've got that ready for the side. Now I'm going to take my potatoes, and I'm going to take these potatoes and I'm going to just stick them in between here and just fill up the middle between these zucchini. And so I will do that, and I will come back. So I filled this in between, and now I'm going to take the sliced zucchini and I'm just going to put it in the extra tomato sauce, mix it up. And I'm just going to slide this in between and really squeeze everything in, because right now they're not cooked, so they're nice and firm. But as they cook, they're going to soften and all those juices are going to come out. And squeeze them in there. So these are like my little fillers. Everybody loves. Now I have some leftover tomato sauce. And I'm just going to mix it up with water like this. And I'm just going to pour it over all this goodness. That way that nothing sticks. And you want to add just a little bit of water off the side. And I'm adding about 1.5 cups of water. And then you kind of want to jiggle it around. And now what I want to do is I want to add some oregano and some pepper on top. And I'm going to add some pepper as well. Okay, so now I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil. Make sure you have a tight seal. And I'm just going to take my knife and just poke a few holes in it. Just like that. And I'm going to put it in my oven. It's been preheated to 360 degrees. And I'm going to bake this for about 1.5 hours. Okay, so it's been 1 hour, and now I'm going to take off the aluminum foil. Oh, amazing. And I'm going to put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes. Okay, so now they are ready to come out. Oh boy. Look at that feast. Oh my goodness. And the way to check if they are 100% cooked is you just pick one, usually the one in the middle, and you check the rice. And let's see. Perfect. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. Now, I get a lot of questions about my bread. And so this bread recipe, it's a spelt and Kamut wheat bread that I made. And I will put a link to the video of how to make this bread below. Okay, so dinner is served, and we've got our delicious stuffed zucchini with our potatoes. We've got fresh baked bread, spelt bread. We've got the leftover rice that we used for the stuffed olmades, and I've got some leftover roasted beets. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we are done. We had a delicious dinner, and as you can notice, see here, we've dippy-dooed all the delicious sauce. It's all gone, but everything's gone, and leftovers for tomorrow.